Hello, I am Lisa McLauchlan, the Regional Talent Manager in Scotland for the DMA. The DMA Trust provided funding for the DMA to research how our members were using apprenticeships, identifying their hidden potential and proving them to boost the data and marketing industry. You can find this research on the DMA website. In November 2020, the DMA published the Democratisation of Scotland's Data Talent White Paper, a democratised data pledge back in April 2021, ahead of the Scottish parliamentary elections. The Democratised Data Pledge had 7 key objectives to help the industry in Scotland prosper. Many objectives apply to why we're encouraging DMA members and wider industry communities to consider apprenticeships in planning their current and future talent needs. These include to tackle the reversing of diversity, increase employment in key talent pools, neurodiversify the workforce, identify and plug the skills gaps, and demystify data and improve data literacy. Today I'm talking to Sixth Sense Training, who are an apprenticeship provider based here in Scotland, who deliver digital marketing and data analytics, apprenticeships and much more. DMA are launching a partnership with Sixth Sense to help our members find a trusted provider for digital marketing apprentices and also help demystify how apprentices actually work. Our partnership with Sixth Sense enables us to promote Sixth Sense training to our membership organisations and our wider communities. Anyone taking a digital marketing apprenticeship with Sixth Sense will obtain an IDM award in marketing and a student membership. The student apprenticeships includes an IDM award in GDPR. This is worth over £1,000. So today it gives me great pleasure to introduce Jamie McBean from Sixth Sense Training. Jamie, tell us a little bit more about Sixth Sense Training.
Thanks, Lisa. Yeah, so Sixth Sense Training, we are a training provider that specialises in digital apprenticeships across Scotland. We are contracted by the Scottish Government through Skills Development Scotland to deliver apprenticeships across several frameworks, which include digital marketing, data analytics, and creative media.
Fantastic. Can you explain to me why you're partnering with the DMA?
Yeah, we're delighted to be working with a trade association that holds the future employment and skills of young people in such high regard and aiming to attract them to the digital marketing industry. The partnership will help our digital marketing and modern apprentices gain extra industry recognised training and learning in addition to what they're learning in the job through their apprenticeship.
Fantastic. Can you explain how will Sixth Sense digital marketing apprentices benefit from your partnership with DMA?
Yeah, by partnering with a strong association such as DMA, Sixth Sense can find jobs for young marketing candidates and also present apprenticeship opportunities and funding to current marketers looking for that next step in their career, whether that's upskilling or moving across departments. We'll engage with DMA members to explore how apprenticeships may help meet their organisational training objectives as well.
Fantastic. So the big one in question, how do organisations get started? What's required from them in terms of budget and training time?
Yeah, so there's a few ways that you can get involved. So employers and learners can contact us through our website at sixthsense.scot or through the DMA website as well. The qualification is funded for 16 to 24-year-olds, or if the person is up to 29 with additional support needs by Skills Development Scotland. So quite a cost-effective way of gaining a qualification. But if the learners fall outside of the funding eligibility, we can negotiate a cost based on the number of learners. So if there's 2 or 3, then we can maybe negotiate a low cost for businesses. In terms of how the training time works, it's usually a couple of hours a week working through their units, which can be accessed through our e-learning platform. So right from the start, all learners have access to all of our learning materials, so you can just work at your own pace. Every 4 weeks, learners will have an assessment and training visit with one of our trainers, which lasts about two hours. At the moment, these are all conducted remotely due to COVID, but if businesses would prefer that face-to-face, depending on current regulations at the time, we'll be happy to do that as well. And at that pace, every 4 weeks with a learner working every couple of hours each week, then the qualification should be finished within 12 months.
Fantastic. Big burning question. Please can you explain how the apprenticeship levy works, especially in Scotland?
Yeah, so the apprenticeship levy is a little bit different in Scotland in that the big businesses still pay into the levy at the same rate as you would down south, but down south there is a training account which you can view how much you've put in, and that's how much you can get in training. Whereas in Scotland, the money all goes into a giant pot, and any organisation can organise it can access it at any time and can get as little or as much training as they want from that. So there's no cap on it from Skills Development Scotland.
Brilliant. And can you explain the apprenticeship levels in Scotland and what do they mean?
Yeah, so we offer 3 different apprenticeship levels at Scotland, which are SCQF 6, SCQF 7, and SCQF 8. Digital marketing is at SCQF 6, creative media is at SCQF 7, and data analytics is at SCQF 8. And SCQF 6 is sort of a higher NC level right through to SCQF 8, which is equivalent to doing an HND at college.
Okay. And can you tell us how the apprentices actually learn on the job? Do they go out to colleges or do they learn actually within the businesses?
So for us, different training providers can deliver apprenticeships in a slightly different way. For us, we don't do a college release, it's all on the job training. So we come to you effectively. So our trainers will come to your business, whether that's face-to-face or via remote learning. You'll be given access to our e-learning platform, which has all our learning material in a bunch of different formats. So there's some videos, there's some written material, there's some slides. So that should help with learners that prefer to learn in slightly different styles as well. Then it's monthly sessions, which you can do if you've got 2 or 3 in your organization. We can do it in a group, or it can be individual learning, but everyone works at their own pace, and there's no exams or anything like that either in it. So it's quite good for people that maybe are clever people but just don't do well in that sort of classroom environment.
Brilliant. And how do you ensure the apprenticeship programme suits the job description from your client?
So at the very, very start of the apprenticeship or the potential apprenticeship, we have what's called an initial assessment, which is a tripartite meeting between the potential learner, one of our assessors, and that learner's line manager. At these meetings, the framework is discussed in detail. The framework for each of the qualifications has a range of mandatory units, which must be completed, but then there's a wide variety of optional units. And it's these optional units that can really shape the path of the qualification, and that's how we can tailor it to that organisation's needs. So somebody that's working quite heavily in maybe web development will do a bunch of web development, WordPress units, etc. Somebody that's doing social media management will do a whole lot more social media units. So we'll really tailor it to that individual job.
Fantastic. What advantages or benefits do apprentices have over those who have chosen the university pathway?
Well, I think you have seen in the news over the past several years that there's a lot of people that are graduating university and then not able to find work in their required field. Whereas with an apprenticeship, you're getting that practical experience, you're making contacts, and you're getting paid to learn as well. So you don't have the disadvantage of student loan debt, etc. So you're getting in there from the ground up, and then hopefully once you've completed your apprenticeship, you've gained that experience, it's going to be easier for you to find a job going forward.
Fantastic. Explain how apprentices can actually diversify a business.
Like I said, there's a lot of benefits to apprenticeships in terms of the sort of talent pool that you're opening yourself up to. So there's going to be people that maybe didn't do that well at school. They maybe face challenges or barriers to learning, and a school setting wasn't great for them. Maybe a college setting wasn't, but they've got a lot to offer to your business. So you get them in for an apprenticeship, you help train them up, and then suddenly you've got people from all sorts of different backgrounds, all sorts of different abilities, doing really well, helping your business grow.
Brilliant. How do apprentices present fantastic opportunities to build organisations' culture?
Again, it's about building your team from the ground up. So if you get people that have came out of university or have came from different organisations, they're going to have learned behaviours that maybe don't suit your company culture, things that they've learned at uni or they've learned in different jobs. So this is really the chance to recruit your own talent, grow your own talent from scratch, and then sort of drill your company culture into these people as well as they grow.
Okay. Are there any incentives from Scottish Government to take on apprentices?
So in terms of recruiting apprentices, at the moment, the funding is allocated to local authorities just now. So each council has different schemes. For example, in Glasgow, you've got Glasgow Guarantee, Edinburgh has Edinburgh Guarantee, in which there may be wage subsidies for recruiting an apprentice. So that could be up to 50% of their wages for the first year that they're employed. But these are usually on a first come first served basis, limited funding, and often you need to recruit from the talent pool that they provide you.
Fantastic. How would you respond to the notion you need a degree to show future employers you can apply yourself?
I think that's maybe a slightly outdated view. There's a lot of businesses now that are benefiting from training their team from scratch for apprenticeships. They're getting a diverse team, they're getting access to a wider talent pool as well. And they're finding that bringing someone in from the start, training them up, is working just as well as the traditional sort of graduate schemes that they had in place.
Super. What are the misconceptions of apprenticeships and how they learn?
I'd say that one of the most common misconceptions around apprenticeships is wages. I think that a lot of people are still stuck in that traditional mindset where an apprentice mechanic maybe gets £3 an hour for the first 4 years before their time served, and they get a sort of living salary. Whereas with the apprenticeships that we are offering in the businesses that we work with, it's often above national minimum wage. Each employer pays at their own rate, but there's some very good salaries out there for apprentices as well. And the other main misconception is probably age. A lot of people think that apprenticeships are only for 16, 17-year-olds that have just came out of school, but we have people that have been to university that then go into an apprenticeship because they couldn't find a work in their field, or they realised during university that marketing was something they wanted to do. It might be people that have been to college for a couple of years and then are still trying to find a job as well. So we're getting people right into their mid-20s often just now for recruitment jobs. And then in terms of upskilling, the age goes all the way up. We've got people in their 40s and 50s that are doing our apprenticeships and really benefiting from it in their day-to-day role.
Fantastic. Jamie, thank you so much for your time today. You've dispelled so many myths over the months that we've been chatting, and DMA are very much looking forward to working with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we're really looking forward to working with DMA and their members as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much.